Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we will be solving one Leetcode question, contain duplicate. Given an integer array nums, return true if any value appear at least twice in the array and return false if every element is distinct. Let's take a look at the example. Here we have array 1, 2, 3, 1. So the goal here is to find out if our array contains any number that appear at least twice. In this array, we can see that the value 1 appears twice, so we return back true. Another example, here we have the array 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we don't see any element that appear at least twice in this array, so we just return back false because there's no duplicate element in this array. So how do we solve this problem? Whenever we see the question is about the array and the goal here is to find element in this array, which means we have to loop through the array in order to discover what kind of element that we have in this array. And we also want to find out if there is any element in the array that appear at least twice or not. It kind of implies that we have to remember the element that we have already discovered. Let me show you what I mean. So here we start looping from the first element, 1 here, and we need to remember the value that we already have discovered. So here we can use either hash map or object in JavaScript, or we can also use set. So here I'm gonna use set, and I will initialize it with the empty element. While looping here, we have to check if the element is already exists in our set. If it is already exists, we can just return back true. If it is not, we have to add this value to the set because we want to remember the value that we have already discovered. Now let's move to the next element, 2. We check if 2 here already appear in this set. 2 does not exist in the set, so we just add the value 2 to the set and move to the next element. 3 does not appear in the set, we add 3 to the set and we move to the next element, 1. And here we can see that 1 is already in the set, so we can just return back true immediately because we already see the value that contain duplicate. Otherwise, if there is no element that appear twice in the set, we can return false. Let's code out the solution. I'm gonna initialize a set called scene to store all the value that we have discovered or seen. Here is gonna be an empty set, and here is the loop that we loop from the first element until the last element in the array. While looping, we check if scene.has num. We check if the element is already in the set. If it is already in the set, we return back true immediately. Otherwise, we keep adding nums to our set. And while looping, if we don't hit this if statement, that means we don't have any element that contain duplicate. So we can just return back false here at the end. Let's check the result. What is the time complexity for our implementation? The time complexity is O of n because we have to loop through the entire array, and the space complexity is also O of n because we have to store the element that we have discovered, and the worst case is we don't have any duplicate elements, so we have to store the entire element in this set. That's why we use the space O of n. Hope you guys enjoyed it. See you next time.